What is up, everyone? It is your girl China, aka China Wana, aka China Monique, whatever you want to call me, and welcome to my cast. So today I'm going to be validating some of your emotions for you, okay? Sometimes we need to be told, hey, you tripping, or hey, you not tripping. So that's where I come in. And this is a pick a card, so obviously you got to pick a card. Group 1 is loosen your grip. And I will read, the rest on the card when you actually pick. And then group 2 is messenger. And group 3 is Heraith. I actually looked up how to say this word before I did the video, and I still think I'm wrong, but Heraith. We're gonna go with that. Okay? So once you pick your group, you're gonna go into the description and you're gonna look for group 1, 2, or 3. But the groups will also be in the info cards up here. Okay? And without further ado, I will see you there. What is up, my group 1s? If you guys chose loosen your grip, then congratulations, you have found your group. So I'm gonna read this for you. It says coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Okay? And then we have the 10 of materials clarified by the Queen of Inspiration. So let's go ahead and validate a few things for you. You all might be the family therapist. Or you might be like your families or people important in your lives. You might be kind of like their plan B or like their backup plan when things go wrong for them. So you might have like a codependent relationship with a lot of people in your life because they've directly relied on you. And so you also tend to get like really offended when they don't listen or when they don't do things the way that you want them to do. And I'm here to tell you that, for one, it's okay that you don't want to be that designated person anymore. You don't want to be the responsible person all the time. You don't want to have to be the one that has to step in and take the brunt of somebody else's actions all the time. You just don't want to be that. However, you still care deeply for your family and friends, of course, but you're just really like over it, actually. And that's okay. You kind of just got appointed to that. You never really envisioned that for yourself. Of course, you like to help, but who doesn't like to help on their own terms? Like, you don't want to have to be forced to help, and a lot of you feel like obligated. And then we have the 6 of materials in reverse here, clarified by the Empress. I'm also getting that some of you are like the eldest sibling, or maybe you grew up like in a single parent household where you kind of had to be the second parent. But either way, you all are like, I just want to be soft for once. That's valid. You all want to be soft. You all don't want to be the one that's paying the bills all the time, that's paying for the paying the bill at restaurants all the time. You all want to be taken out. You all want somebody to buy you flowers. And it's interesting because you all hold these things deep within yourself, but you also like have such a hard time letting go of control because it's like this is how you've grown up basically, and this is like the standard that everyone continues to set for you. And we have the Page of Emotions clarified by the Queen of Emotions. So you all tend to dim yourselves down a lot, like your vulnerability and everything and how you really feel, because you're like, you help other people so much that you know how they react to things, you know how things go. And you're like, these people can barely handle their own lives. How can I possibly imagine that they'll be able to handle me and handle what how I really am underneath all the fluff, like how I actually am. And it's like, whatever you all do to cope lately has not been working anymore. And so that's especially why you're like, I just don't want to be this super duper helpful person anymore. But you are scared of hurting people's feelings. You are scared of kind of letting people fall and bump their head and learn their lesson on their own. And more than that, you're afraid because you're like, can you handle letting go of control of other people? Because it's not like you necessarily use it like for evil. Like you don't use it to have people give you money or stuff like that. It's just kind of like, that's the dynamic. That's what you're used to. You're used to wearing the pants in all of your relationships, and you're like, but can I like pull the reins back some? Like, is that something I can do? Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, we have 3 of emotions here. Clarified by death. Well, not really clarified, but also on the bottom of the deck. Whew. Okay, so some of you need to learn how to share emotions. So, and also delegate. So you all need to compartmentalize which people are for what part of you. Because if you feel like one person can't handle all of you, then you need to be able to space it out. You need to figure out who is really a safe space, who can really handle what, and then with that you'll get more freedom. Because nobody expects you to just let go of control overnight or to just be this super vulnerable person with them overnight. You kind of just have to work with what you got, you know? Let's look at some oracle. Okay, we have baby steps. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Yeah, so the whole thing about it is there's like a really deep sadness within you all. And it like comes from years of sugarcoating things, years of keeping your emotions all to yourself, like holding them deep like a secret. It comes from like years of spiraling by yourself and not really trusting anyone to help you with that. And that's another thing. So it's okay that you don't trust people, but it's not okay that you're suffering for it. Now, it is just a natural effect of not trusting people, but the thing about it is you have to try to let people in. Now, this doesn't have to be the people that you're doing everything for, because you might not ever see them any other way. Although I do think you should give them a chance, because some of them are promising, some of them can actually help you and want to help you. But as far as new people, you kind of even treat new people like your babies. Like when you meet someone new, you're like, you know, almost like, let me cut up your food for you. Like that kind of thing. And then we have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. From that, I'm getting, like I said, even this goes far back as childhood, but beyond that, you all feel like a split, because on one hand you're like, I feel this is exactly what I was meant to do, like I've always meant to help people, but on the other hand you know that it's not supposed to be like this. You're like, I shouldn't still feel so sad and unfulfilled while helping people. I shouldn't still feel so lonely, and I'm doing all these other things for people and not getting anything in return. And honestly, honestly, you don't ask for enough. Like, you really don't. You wanting to be soft is a big ask, considering you give no impression that you want to be soft to anybody. Like, you'll say that when you're alone in your own space. You'll be like, man, I just want to kick my feet up, or man, I just want to go get my nails done and just chill. And then you proceed to not tell that to anybody. And if anything, if you all have female friends or sisters or aunts or your mom, they would love to have that kind of female bonding time. They don't always want you to just, you know, come over and look at their taxes and, you know, help them pay their bills. Like, they don't always want that. That's just, you know, like I said, that's the dynamic you've given. So because you're such a leader, you really are. You're such a leader. You can set the standard. You have the power to change these dynamics. And honestly, nobody will hate you for it. You know, nobody will be too hurt for it because you can still help. But at least this time, it'll be on your terms and not just out of obligation. Okay? And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. That's what I was saying. You all are like, you know, on one hand, I love to help, but on the other hand, it's like I hate helping like this. Like, it's like two sides of extremes. It's like, you know. And then we have portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. That's what I was saying. You decide how you want these relationships to go. As much as you all have like control issues, it's like you're not really controlling the dynamic. You're letting the dynamic control you because it's familiar. It's a habit now. So it's like you feel comfortable in it because you're like, nothing will throw me off. Like there will be nothing, like no curveballs. You know, I pretty much can expect what will happen or foresee what will happen with these people. I know how they are. I know them like the back of my hand. But it's like, it's worth it to change. Because not only are you bored, but like I said, you're just unhappy like this. You're lonely like this. Anything else? And another thing, it is okay to be scared about like things being different. That's a big thing for you. That's part of letting go as far as accepting that there will always be something that's unpredictable happening when you start to change. Okay, so you won't be able to know how these people will react to you being different. Okay, so usually you know how they react. Usually you know what these people will do. Usually you know what they think. But when you change, they will also follow suit. Okay, so be the leader. In conclusion, all you all need to know is that your feelings of familiarity and wanting to stay comfortable are valid. It's human nature to just want to be comfortable, but it's also human nature to not be comfortable because we can't grow without being uncomfortable. We can't grow without change. So you all got to get with the program. But lucky for you, you get to still be in control because you're the leader here, okay? But that is all that I have for you today, my group ones. If you're going to pick another group, I will see you there. If not, like if you want to, comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, maybe even share. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!